Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the draft here. We've got this one underway. We get the first pick, Mars, out from 4Zoomers. Brax loves playing this hero when given the opportunity, and they respond with the Mirana, picked up on the Thunder Predator side.
Yep. So that's a bit of a deny pick as well as a good pickup for Thunder Predator. Mirana definitely first pick, first ban material. They nerfed some aspects of it, but it's playable as a carry now. I think that's one of the biggest changes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, so just the you have the Aghanim shard, you leap forward, you get the 1.5 times crit for every auto attack while you have that attack speed boost. It also denies them from comboing that up, but that is another very nice combination. Is the Mars with the Phoenix. Now both these heroes nerfed a little bit, I believe. Um, Phoenix definitely a hero you want to pick up with the Mars though. Being able to stop them from getting that egg with that arena of blood is a great way
10 seconds
to begin
remaining.
your draft. Marana does deal with it quite well, though. Again, you're able to jump over any
5
potential wall that
seconds.
comes out from the Mars, any of the bonus attack speed when you have that leap right after you activate it. So, four Zoomers do have to worry about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what are you feeling now from Thunder Predator? How do they respond to the Phoenix? I mean, Marana is a good enough solution to that. Do you start working on your own draft, or you just take a favorable lane against the Mars right now?
I think you let your Mirana be the solution to the Phoenix. I don't think you want to commit too heavily. Like, you don't want to have to pick up like a Snapfire here and then have like kind of this Mirana Snapfire support duo. Snapfire's also kind of fallen out of favor. She did get, I believe, nerfed a little bit in this patch. Her Ag Shard, it feels
Radiant's
pretty
time
bad as
to
well. They're just going to
Yep.
respond Sand King. Okay, a really strong opener. We saw this earlier today, how good Sand King and Mirana can be together. But is it as strong as Mars Phoenix is the question.
I don't know. It's an excellent arrow setup. This is something that you've raved about quite a
10
bit. A lot of the
seconds.
time you see the Sand King max out the burrow strike first, just so you can land those arrows from
5
even further away. You're
seconds
forced to sit
remaining.
underneath the sandstorm. For Zoomers, they have to be a little bit more careful with whatever it is they select in the safe lane because you can do a lot of damage underneath that multiple caustic finales followed by a burrow strike and an arrow. You don't want your heroes blown up. I mean, Terrorblade is a personal favorite of the people on four Zoomers, but yeah, I think you don't have enough
Mid-range
HP to
dive
run it against
ban.
Sand King right now. So I think Thunder Predator, they'll let the Terrorblade through. They'll say, okay, if you want to pick that up on Sammy Boy, great, go ahead. We're just going to kill him in the lane.
Yep.
Uh, they might want to go, what is it? A Lifestealer, Juggernaut are probably favorite carries for four Zoomers up
It
against
is
the Sand King
Radiant's
Mirana.
turn.
You can also pick like Clinks because he sits pretty far back in the lane and doesn't have to like trade with the Sand King very well or very much. His Arc Warden is also a pick into that matchup. Granted, late game it becomes a little bit of an issue as Sand King gets, Blink Dagger or potentially an
10
Aghanim Scepter.
seconds
Marana always
remaining.
has leaps and stuff like that, but not bad in lane. Drow's also a
5
great pick, but it is
seconds.
banned.
Yeah. I mean, able to keep its distance, right?
Yeah.
Dire's
It just
turn
beats
to
the Sand
ban.
King in lane is the thing. Like, it would just give him such a good start, and you're protected by the Mars Arena and the egg. And you have to decide, are we going to focus down that egg, or are we going to let this Drow just like shred through our team? So it's one of those things where it just makes it very difficult to pinpoint your target on Thunder Predator.
Hmm.
10
Yeah,
seconds remain.
makes sense to me. Death Prophet banned out. So these
5
early game heroes
seconds
that pair,
remaining.
I guess they pair all right with the Sand King when you have a good initiator. Vengeful Spirit, I think, is strong in this patch with how they've changed damage around. When you have that 1.5 times crit with an Aghanim Shard of Marana, the last thing you want is them to have access to the Vengeful Spirit to have that plus 32% damage from the aura, right?
It is
Yeah,
Radiant's
exactly.
ban.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the Clink span. Okay, so that makes sense to me. I was going to say, I think both those heroes are pretty good here. Also, definitely Sammy Boy specials. You could potentially go the Terrorblade. It's not amazing in lane. Or it's not amazing because of, the magic damage, but it is somewhat protected by the Mars Phoenix. And we saw
10
earlier how good this
seconds.
Mars Terrorblade can be if you just drop an arena and, you're not trapped in
5
there with me.
seconds remaining.
Or it's like, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me type of scenario as Terrorblade pops meta BKB and
Radiant's
kills
time to
everybody.
ban.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, they've had some amazing performances this game with Clanks for Zoomers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Sammy Boy, he does an incredible job on this hero.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these bans from Four Zoomers as well. MNZ has had an incredible performance on Juggernaut in this tournament. The Death Prophet was something we saw Leo Style use to get their way into the grand finals of the Movie Star Liga Pro Gaming League. So it is just two very strong heroes. They actually ban out the Shadow Demon, which gives you a little bit of a save. And they respond with Undying, a hero that for some reason we haven't really seen today.
No. I mean, the heroes just same good old Undying. Decay does tons, Tombstone does tons, Soul Rip does tons. In fact, Soul Rip has been
10
buffed up by
seconds.
the changes to Holy Locket, which I think is now buildable on Undying. You get those passive
5
shards.
so
seconds
good.
remaining.
Save it between the Soul Rip and dropping a Holy Locket on your ally, right?
Yeah, and it increases all your healing by 35%. So Holy Locket's healing and the healing from Soul Rip, it gains a passive charge. The aura is fantastic now. I think Holy Locket is one of these items, kind of like the old version of Spirit Vessel. Like you just get one on every team, or the old version of Charms. You just get one on every team. There's no reason not to pick up a Holy Locket.
Dyer's turn to pick.
And we got Elder Titan now. That's a hero that we haven't seen as much of since the patch hit. The good old staple gun briefcase, man. Were you a staple gun or a briefcase?
I think it depends on the day, right? You know, I think today Four Zoomers they mean business. Elder Titan's gonna strap on his suit, his best tie, and he's just gonna put these guys to work. That's the plan here from this Elder Titan. He's just gonna beat down some people with this big old briefcase. Okay, Thunder Predator, you're winning me over here.
You know, you gotta admit, Thunder Predator, they get you, man.
They do.
You wonder who these guys are if you come from North America. You watch a couple of their games. My God, is it entertaining.
It really is.
10 seconds.
Big fan of the
remaining.
Ricky pick here in general. It's a great counter to the Phoenix. Does well in lane against the
5
Mars, especially when you compare or when you pair it with a hero like Undying. You have kill threat on the Mars. Normally Ricky does not, but when you, like I said, with Undying, you have tons of magic damage coming out from the Undying. You can drop him to low enough HP to where Ricky can use multiple blink strikes, tricks of the trade to dodge out spear and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a great one.
Wraith King.
All right, we got the Wraith King finally picked up here on Zoomers. Plays definitely a lot faster than it used to, given how it was changed around. You don't need that level 20 in order to reduce or remove the Wraith King or the reincarnate mana cost. It's dangerous playing this into Ricky. On one hand, Ricky is a natural builder of the Diffusal Blade. On the other hand, Ricky does so much damage once he has Diffusal Blade. I think it kills the Wraith King before you can burn enough mana from the guy.
Yeah, he does actually. That's the funny scenario. Is he's not like Phantom Lancer where you just like massively burn the mana, or Anti-Mage where he has percentage-based mana burn. Ricky will just like kill you. He just kills you before you can do anything. So like you'll smoke screen and inhibit the Wraith King, and then you just like kill him in like 6 autos before you can actually burn all his mana, which is kind of funny. But it is a great pick. I think the Wraith King is one of those things that has had a fantastic showing in the tournament so far since the change, and it's a really good hero into the Sand King, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah. Last couple of bans out here. Monkey King by Four Zoomers. I'm not sure that's something they would take, but I guess just something to worry about. High armor heroes they're getting rid of here. The Dragon Knight, you get the added armor from that Dragon's Blood. It's not built into your base armor when you get it. So Elder Titan not able to reduce that one.
I'm surprised they banned the Ember Spirit, considering they have their Ricky here. I mean, this could be safe lane Ricky, like MNZ's, which he's been the one who's played it the most. You can take Ricky in the mid lane. We've seen Four Zoomers do that for Gunner, but I think what we're seeing here is most likely going to be MNZ Ricky. They're going to ban out Ember and the Invoker. So Gunner, I mean, he still has his Storm Spirit, but again, not a great pick into the Ricky here. So we'll see what they decide to go with.
Yeah, they get rid of the Invoker, which I think is a very important hero to ban out. I mean, when you're up against the Elder Titan, you don't want to get stomped Cataclysmed.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, you need control coming out of the mid lane here, don't you? Something that's also not just directly countered by Ricky, which is, a problem because most mid laners are.
I mean, you've got your frontliners, and Ricky's able to jump out of the back line, so you've limited a lot of options here for Four Zoomers by taking this Ricky, right?
Yeah. What if you just take Zeus?
You could. I mean, you have enough distance, but once Ricky hits level 20, he's got that talent.
Okay.
It takes Void Spirit, so somebody who's got the AoE silence can jump onto Undying Mirana Sand King without too much of a care. It's still a little bit dangerous playing this against Ricky. If the smoke cloud comes out into you, you can just get blown up. But it's a safer mid pick, right?
Yeah, you also could just
10
you're like a natural Yules
seconds.
builder. You have some save with that, and
5
assimilate
seconds
astral step make it a
remaining.
little bit more difficult to be caught out. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, Ricky is a very difficult hero to play against. The thing is the only way you beat him is you play faster. You just don't let him, take over that mid game. And, I'm looking at these heroes, Mars, Phoenix, Elder Titan, Wraith King, Void Spirit, all these heroes. I mean, they're going to be fighting before 20 minutes. Like, this 4-Zoomers lineup is going to deathball it at 18 to 25 minutes.
Yep, they're definitely zooming with this lineup. I can't argue with that. You got to pick another hero that fights into it. I think the Ricky will outcarry the Wraith King into the late game, especially given how he was changed around. But I, I, I don't know. The rest of your lineup on Thunder Predator, it doesn't scale as well as the rest of 4-Zoomers lineup. I think you just go all in on this early game. You take Leshrac here?
I was going to say, you need some other, tempo here out of the mid lane.
You need
Because...
to push towers. Nobody on your team on Thunder Predator hits towers.
Yeah, I think you're right. It has to be Leshrac because there's no Death Prophet to pick here. What other mid laners can you pick that tower push? That's the issue.
A very little time
Templar
to decide.
Assassin, but
Yeah.
not that great against Wraith King, who's going to have Radiance and Wraithfire Blast, right? Phoenix. Yeah, Leshrac. You're right. Neph with the 200 IQ call. This is why you're here, Neph.
And at every other game. This hero's just too good. Ice Frog, he looked at the patch and he said, man, Leshrac, he's looking pretty strong. I should change this by giving him an eggs that makes him even stronger and turn everyone around him ethereal so he can do more damage.
Dude, what do you think of the Shard? The Shard is so bizarre. I don't know if it's good at all, but it's pretty funny.
So I've had this discussion with a couple people, not pro players, but I don't know, top 500, right?
Yeah.
Some of them have said that the shard is awful and you will never end up actually connecting with anyone. Somebody else said, well, it's great for holding the Roche pit. Then the other person's like, yeah, well, you can just walk in and out of it. 5 seconds is such a long time. It's difficult to say whether or not it's good. I think there's places for it, and I think you'll eventually build it if you're 6, 7 slotted, but I don't think it's something you go out of your way for early game.
I think the idea is they're going to have to reduce the delay on it, right? 5 seconds is a long time, and we might see it move to 4 or something, so it's a little bit more viable. The stun duration is 2.5, if I'm not mistaken, on Split Earth. I might be wrong there. I feel like it's scaled up to 2.5.
Is it really that long?
I think it scales to 2 because it's 2 seconds at level 2.
Oh my! I've got this stuff.
Unless they nerfed it.
It is a 2 second stun at all levels now.
Oh, so they changed it. It used to scale up, I thought. So, because that was what made it so good against heroes like Faceless Void, is you would just get the 2 points and the off lane Leshrac, and you would be able to just Earth Split stun him, and that was it. So now it's just 2 seconds at all levels. So a little bit of a nerf going into the late game, I think. I'd have to look at the old values. I could have sworn it scaled above 2 seconds.
All right, here we go. Game number 2.
We have made it, Neph. It's the grand finals for the Americas. Super excited. Game number 1 was absolutely bonkers. And now Thunder Predator and 4-Zoomer is going to go head-to-head once again here on the main stage. What do you think draft-wise? Who you liking here?
It's really hard for me to say. I mean, I think Leshrac was an excellent way of rounding out Thunder Predator's draft, but 4-Zoomers, they definitely win this the later it goes. It really comes down to, I guess, the first 10 minutes of this game. If Rick can get farmed in the safe lane, I think they'll be fine. I guess because of that, I'd favor 4-Zoomers draft a little bit. They have a bigger margin for error here.
Ooh, they're wrapping around once again, but this time they're only going to see MJZ potentially on the Undying. It is nighttime, So these early game rotations are a lot more difficult to sniff out, and you know, they're just gonna they're gonna settle for Sacred instead, as he's the target that they want the spear into the side. Ocean, so much damage coming in from these fire spirits, but Sand King, he's gonna be able to walk away. MJZ on the backside is just like, hello, look at me, I'm an undying hero. They get nothing. A big commitment, but they don't time their stuns correctly, and he will walk away on the Sand King. They do force the level 1 Burrow Strike though.
Yeah, that's a pretty big win. You'd much rather have either Sandstorm or Caustic Finale to zone the enemies away from the lane. MJZ, he's going to be forced to, I think, teleport to the lane or get out pretty quickly after this. He might just walk after all. He's got boots of speed.
Thunder Predator is going to triple rune here, potentially, unless Ocean can beat him to the other one. He will just Tricks of Trade over the wall here. Yeah, just as expected, and MNZ's going to grab it. All right, 3 for 1 here, favoring Thunder Predator, and they do not get that reward from that big gank.
Good start for them, though. We'll see how this one goes. Undying, he ends up holding his town portal scroll until the creeps get to the lane, just figuring out where he wants to go. He'll lose the gold for it, and it'll be on cooldown, so he can't rotate again, but he's doing an excellent job of forcing Ocean back already. Oh, MNZ with the dodges. Oh, wow. Let's look elsewhere. He's just dodged 2 fire spirits coming at him at the same time from different angles. Matrix stuff.
Yeah. Now, one of the downsides is they did go Spear of Mars level 1 here, too, which is not ideal. Oh, he actually barely misses the other creep. Rax would have loved to get both of those. But you usually want God's Rebuke level 1. And, ooh, he's going to lose his courier here on Husky. We'll be able to block this or I guess re-sentry the hard camp, but it doesn't block it in time, and Sladen's just going to be able to grab himself a little arrow onto the hard camp there.
Ocean, okay, the only reason he's alive right now is because he's got boots. MGC also has boots. It's been interesting seeing supports just have the rundown potential at the start of their games. Brax right under the tower in the top lane, which is interesting, but he's got like no potential way to go down. He'll be fine, especially considering MJZ has gone through most of his mana already with his decays.
Nice. So mid lane, Leo Style versus Gunner on the Void Spirit. Leo Style's really struggling HP wise. Does have 2 tangos still left. No courier coming out quite yet though. Gunner just took a lot of damage actually there, so we'll even it out a little bit. Both heroes, are they both just rushing the bottle? Looks like it is. Yeah, bottle already coming out now for the track. Bottom lane, Husky, the businessman, does it. Beats down that Mirana, gets first blood on the Elder Titan.
It's nothing personal, Sladen. Sacred, he's dropping very low.
The stomp, it's going to zone him out. Sammy Boy's got a crit. Can he get him, though? Barely going to survive 30 HP. Has a salve, though, so he's going to be fine. Doesn't have to back.
If Sammy Boy had another couple of XP and second point Immortal Strike there, he might have just gone down.
Void Spirit mid, falling low. His salve's going to get popped. Leo Style unable to chase too far into the tower, but that's the advantage of that bottle. It just now gets delivered on Gunner as well, so we'll try and even this out.
Yep. Doing an excellent job here on Leo Style. He's up to go 2-0-2. Sometimes you see the Leshrac go level 4 and 5. They both put those points into Diabolic Edict, so it's like a 1-2-2 or 2-2-1. But I guess he's assuming that Gunner is going to be holding the lane more than he's going to be rotating.
Did Ocean just kill MNZ? He's going to get MJZ, I think he does. And MNZ is almost dead on the Ricky Brax. He might throw a random spear. They guess incorrectly. He goes down. What a dodge from the Ricky here. He has lots of regen to work with as well. He's not too afraid.
Goes in for a cheeky auto attack, in fact.
Sammy Boy bottom lane almost dies, but it's Husky just doing the work. Oh my lord. Plus 115 damage. Where did that come from?
2 points into Astral Spirit. I mean, the guy throws it onto 2 heroes. He hits like a double creep wave potentially with it. He's just beating you down. He's gone into overtime here, the businessman.
This man, he filed his paperwork. He's ready to go.
4 minutes comes around, and of course, like you were talking about last game, it is essential that both teams rotate onto the power runes. Leo Style ends up winning the 50-50, though.
It's a DD rune to boot, so a lot of harassment damage going to be able to come out from him. Does able to dodge a split earth there, but again, Leo Style just really wants to harass out Gunnar as much as possible since he does have the regen advantage. And Sladen grabs that ward in the mid lane as well.
Yeah, realizing that one's there as they backed off as soon as Mirana started approaching. Put Earth off the mark again, but he does end up getting the CS with it.
All right, I'm curious where this Elder Titan is going to do all this damage. He's going to get the stomp off, hold Sacred in place. He's running that Spirit over towards Sladen. We'll pull it back now, but Sammy Boy doesn't have the mana for a Wraithfire Blast quite yet. Does get a Burrow Strike, an arrow as well. Husky, he's looking for the boys on the backside, but oh my gosh, the Caustic Finale damage is a little bit too much, and he does have Bottle still.
Yeah, so thinking he's going to heal back up. 5 minutes comes around, and Husky, he does manage to outclick Sladen, has a little bit of a ping advantage. I think he's going to
get both.
Right.
This is oh, he's gonna leap forward. Okay, I mean you are gonna be careful here as Sacred is rotated over. He will be able to connect with the arrow. A nice pick off from those two heroes, forcing. I mean, he does force them out of position, but you're pretty happy to get that kill on the Elder Titan for sure.
Gunnar, he
doesn't have mana for the Pulse Nova.
Nice try there, Leo Style. I think that means Mirana will end up TPing over to the mid lane to refill Leo Style's bottle, as is tradition.
Yeah, so is Elder Titan as well. Both heroes need to top off the regen. Top lane MJZ got speared pretty far back out of position. There is some more spirits and a dive available from Ocean, but they do not want to dive under the tower. It'd be quite costly. Mirana's going to grab the Invis rune bottom. Neither of the mid lane heroes going to grab it. All three of these lanes trading really well.
Tips coming out into Husky. I don't know what that one was about.
I just didn't get the rune, I guess. I don't know.
Laugh at him, everybody. Sammy Boy's doing pretty good for farm so far this game. He's just supported by Husky here. Did so much damage securing the lane for him. Being 2.9k net worth. He's what do you end up building himself? He gets phase boots. He's just going to go for a lane.
Super aggressive dive in MJZ. He might go down, but a sword giving him some HP to work with. Ocean, he gets the fire spirits, and then the sun ray comes out. He's on a killing spree on this Phoenix, and MNZ is gonna have to run now. God's Rebuke, a spear, no mana for it quite yet. The spear pulls him into the oh, it's a double kill for Phoenix. This top lane is going so well for the Zoomers.
Down to 2.5k now with him. You've been getting a lot of last hits on Ricky, but you're not keeping up with, well, you got an okay amount, but you're not keeping up with Sammy Boy down near the bottom lane. You're now sitting 500, 600 net worth ahead of you. MJZ, he almost got the decay off, and I think that would have secured them those kills and kept them alive because they were stacked up on top of each other. But Brax, he's doing a beautiful job up here.
There's a nice deep ward here in the lane, not one that's pretty often dewarded. MJZ comes really aggressive again into the lane, trying to bait Brax and Ocean, I think, and he gets a nice decay, but again, dodged out by Ocean. I mean, these 2 points in Fire Spirits are really annoying, and bottom lane, Sacred's just going to get beat down by Husky. Oh, there's a sentry there, brother. They had Dust already queued up as well. I mean, both of these side lanes are not going well for Thunder Predator. They're farming very well on both Sammy Boy and Brax. And mid lane, I mean, going well. Leo Style is in the advantage by quite a bit. Gunner's going to find an Arcane Rune bottom.
So much for that advantage.
I mean, Leo Style does do a lot of damage. If he can rotate to any of these lanes, he pretty much can kill anybody. But right now, yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
He doesn't like rotating, though, on Leshrac. I mean, you want to be able to hold out the lane. You want to be able to rotate into the jungle, kill neutral camps, get yourself a farm advantage. And, you know, if Gunnar rotates, you go for the tower with that Diabolic Edict. But Gunnar's just been holding his lane, which is exactly how you need to be playing against Leshrac. Brax finding another kill here in top.
Yeah, level 6 commits the arena. Why wait, sir, he says. He just wants to punish this Undying more and more and slowing down his game. And Ricky is trying to dance around this fight. He's about to get level 6, so he does have Cloak and Dagger now, so that Invis as well as that damage multiplier is pretty substantial. Ocean forced to blink, or to dive away, rather. Bottom lane, Sacred falling very low again. We'll be able to Burrow Strike away. He's going to be fine here.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can say the same for Husky, though.
Now the boys are here to protect him.
He does have the boys. They're ready to jump in the Secret Service. Jump in front of any potential
You're kidding me. He goes down again. They managed to take down the bird, but MNZ gets level 7. I mean, he's pretty happy about that. Gunner's going to TP back to the mid lane and continue farming. Leo Style has rotated bottom. Is level 6. There's a lot of damage. Sacred trying to bait this out. A stomp comes in, does not connect, but Wraith King, he's got to run. He doesn't have the mana for reincarnation. He could level it, but it's not even going to matter. He just goes down. Leshrac, too much damage.
He actually couldn't level it there. He ended up having 1, 3, and 3 before he went down. I think he ended up committing the extra point into Mortal Strike just before he got level 8, and he never ends up hitting level 8 in the first place. So a nice find finally there by Leo Style, realizing he wasn't going to be able to shove down that mid tower as Gunner wasn't rotating. So he gets something slowing down Sammy Boy's game a little bit.
MNZ just sniped a haste rune and the bounty rune top lane. It was pretty funny. Oh, they did get the bottle regen in time. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen.
Radiant have fortified their
Well,
structures.
Elder Titan is bottom, and Leshrac is here with the Sacred, and this is a lot of tower push. I mean, you can try and slow it down as much as you want, but you're going to need some major assistance here from the boys. I don't think it's going to happen, though, as Catapult is available, and they're going to be able to fort mid as well, so they're trying to just force a trade, it seems.
Yeah, they're going to need to TP in multiple heroes. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. They have Dust available.
They're gonna go. Gunner might be in trouble. He drops the tombstone. It'll just dissimulate away, and with Leo Style, they should be able to clear up this creep wave pretty easily. The fortification doing some more damage to this tower as the catapult has not been able to die yet. Puts it in deny range, though. They do see Sacred on the right side of the fight.
I think they'll leave the tower at 166 HP for now.
Yeah, not worth denying the mid tower almost ever.
Dying. Fairy Trinket now found on Thunder Predator. That is an amazing item for Leo Style.
Yep, they get a chip vest for the Wraith King as well, which is just going to give him the ability to farm. They're trying to get this tower. Gunner holding his auto attack, times it perfectly, and they get a good bro strike on the backside. Sacred hitting up with this really sick epicenter, but Brax goes down before he can pop an arena. Egg on the backside. MNZ is going to go for it. I don't know if you have the attack speed alone. The Egg manages to survive. They could potentially turn around the match damage. It's there. They take down Ricky. Sacred goes down as well. Elder Titan, he's going to be in a lot of trouble if they can continue the chase, but now MJZ all alone as Gunner is level 10. Void Spirit, 4 points in the Dissimulate, and this Aether Astral Step should be more than enough damage to finish him off. He's got to be careful, though. There's going to be the arrow into that split earth. They get him. Ooh, a really sick turnaround there. MJZ baiting it out.
Yeah, that was definitely a miscommunication play by Thunder Predator, though. If Leo Style had gone up into the high ground and hit that egg with his team, it would have gone down. He was the closest to it and moved back immediately. Oh, no.
An arena. They get the Leshrac here. Oh, yeah, okay. I was worried for a second that they wouldn't get him, but the Sunray finishes it off. In top lane, Wraith King in some trouble. He does have reincarnation available, but there is no help coming his way, and he is stuck inside of an undying tombstone. Sammy just going to try and limp his way to the other side, but oh, Husky, a stomp will catch them. Sand King not in the best of positions. Gunner comes in as well. They're going to turn it around. Unbelievable fight here as they save their boy.
And they get the tombstone as well. That is a big turn there. Gunner's going to be quite happy about that. And Ocean, he'll TP back over here to the mid lane. Stop them from turning on this tower. Keeping their boy alive, though, like you talked about. And that ended up being 1900 XP going their way.
Yeah, and you lose the top tower at the end of the day. Sammy Boy, small play police. What is this, sir? I hear the sirens. Theo Style has the Yules. We'll catch him. And easy arrow set up into a split earth. All right, here, cut your losses, Sammy Boy. Not this time, sir. No saves coming in. They might actually be able to find Husky. No arrow, though. He'll be fine.
He's going for a 4-staff right now. I like that against the lineup here on Thunder Predator, just being able to get him or his allies away from that Ricky Sand King setup, out of that smoke cloud or stun. It's actually not holding a fairy trinket yet on the Leshrac. He's not flying it out to him either. Who's holding it?
It's on Sand King, it seems. Ooh,
Mid-lane.
Undying caught by an arena. They do get the split earth off as well. He's going to go down, but Phoenix gets caught. He has a Force Staff, surprisingly, so I'm surprised he got hit by that Yules. But yeah, a nice 1-for-1 trade. I think overall favoring Thunder Predator there.
Yeah. Thunder Predator definitely coming out a little bit ahead. Not by much, though. I mean, 125 gold. I think it's more so for Zoomers are happy to be able to hold the position nearby this river and not give up the mid tower. Like, we've seen the game change around completely with this patch. There were so many hero changes, but the map and economy of the game are sitting exactly as they were, so that mid tower is still just as valuable as it's been.
Yep, there's a pretty even distribution of net worth here between the two teams. Like, the top 4 are almost dead even. The only real standout is going to be Ocean on this Phoenix, right? He's had a great start. He's got a Force Staff, queues up at a Shiva's Guard. Obviously, the Force Staff to prevent the Ricky Maru from getting on top of people. And by Ricky Maru, I mean Ricky, before y'all get too mad.
Get him mad. I like seeing him riled up.
My path leads.
Twitch chat's like a rodeo, as they say.
Yeah, we are all about the rodeos here. It's a yeehaw time. Gunner, he's going to walk right into Slade, and he's able to just get that leap off in time. No Yules coming out quite yet as he went for this Blade Mail build. Fantastic item against heroes like Leshrac.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leshrac is going to be forced to build a BKB because of that. We'll see how quickly that comes out. I am a big Blade Mail guy myself. It's been nerfed a little bit on Void Spear, but still an excellent item. Yeah. It was ridiculous against heroes before, though.
Whoa, he's going the Witchblade, but mid lane in the meantime, you're just dead. He's going in a little bit too far with no backup. That's still going to be the blink reveal there from Sacred. Burrow Strike sets up a very easy arrow.
Unfortunately, the Blade Mail didn't keep him alive that time.
Yeah.
Finds himself a haste rune as well, and I think they'll be able to take the mid tower off of this, given the fact that they're set up here on every single hero and have the Blink Dagger on Sacred. He's sitting back as the epicenter ready.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's feeling very strong on the Sand King. He's got this Blink Dagger. You do just now finish the Yules on your Mars, which is, you know, a great setup, but for the most part, it's not the Blink Sand King initiation that you can see here.
No. All right, they do actually force them back. MNZ, he's got other things in mind than taking that mid tower. He's looking to farm. He's got his Diffusal Blade. He's working on this Yasha now. So it is pretty crucial for him to come online, being able to burst these heroes down. We talk about this a lot. Ricky, awful stats. Definitely needs to find farm somehow, despite not being such a good farming hero. So the first 20 minutes of his game are crucial to him getting the items he needs to, I guess, farm up kills afterwards.
Yeah, you fall behind on this hero, it feels pretty hopeless almost. So we'll see how it goes. All right, they're biding their time for Sameboy to get this Radiance. We saw him get the Relic here just a moment ago, and he is closing in on the Recipe, which is going to be a huge power spike for them if they can keep it alive. On the other side of the fight, there's going to be the Yule set up into the Undying. They throw a lot into him. Sacred, however, goes right into a Stomp. He's going to Epicenter, but the Split Earth is more than enough. Ocean on the backside, caught by a lot of damage coming out from MNZ and Leo Style, but a zoning Arena able to get the rest of the team out. Husky going to be able to TP Gunner on the backside. Doesn't have a TP quite yet, but quite mobile. A 2-for-2 exchange, getting both a support and a core, but still favoring Thunder Predator.
Yeah, Thunder Predator, I think the major reason why they ended up winning that one is they did get the epicenter off before the Sand King actually died there, so that one feeling good. Leo still trying to get this mid tower, but Gunner, he's on his case. You see that? My God.
He's like, oh, did you want to backdoor my tower from the tree, sir? Is that what you're trying to do? He has boots of travel. He is a fast boy. Bullwhip found. You might actually put that on the Leshrac, honestly. Sammy Boy being hunted. Gonna get stunned by the Centaur. Terrible timing, but does have mana to work with, so Reincarnation is out. They're gonna be able to catch a nice Stomp here. Leo Style in some trouble. Burrow Strike on the backside does catch 3. My lord, a Ravage coming in from Sacred. Gets dusted. Brax, no Arena, but does have the high ground Tombstone. You need to disengage here. Sammy Boy, he cannot run. He's dead. Too much damage coming in from the Ricky with the follow-up, and now the Burrow Strike to catch Ocean once again, and no Phoenix Dive, no Egg. The silence coming in from this Cloud. 2-for-0.
When the Predator finally starting to take these wins, and they get that mid tower, which gives them access to that much more of the map. And Leo Style, he's very happy with himself finally being able to claim that. net worth lead going a little bit in their favor. Finally, for the first time in this game.
And that was a level 4 high ground tombstone there. I don't know how you deal with it. They do have vision on the Ricky here, but I don't know if they have the follow-up. I mean, you have to get the initiation with Brax on this Yules, but he's about to walk out of vision, and then you don't have it. Mid lane, however, they do see MJZ and Sacred. They have vision of it. There's going to be the Yules. The setup, the arena, they're just going to pin the Undying into the wall and try and burst him down. Looks like they got more than enough to do so. So they'll take a single kill onto the support. So Dire have vision up. Oh, there's a ward right here. I was trying to figure out where their ward was.
Yep. Right spot. Now that you've broken the trees, it provides you with quite a bit. Leo style, looking to take this last tier 1 tower, just shoving out top in the safest area of the map, and this team will be not far behind him.
Brax standing on an arcane rune, I believe. His body too big to where you can't actually click it, so very nice. He's what we like to refer as girthy.
Yeah, that's the kind of heroes that Brax likes playing. Tidehunter, Mars, his Slardar got a bunch of girth.
Oh boy, top lane, Wraith King. Reincarnation on cooldown for 4 seconds. An absolute disaster as he just finished that Radiance. They might be able to turn this around. The Earth Splitter, Leo style, he's going to be able to sidestep it, but he gets the stomp, waiting for these cooldowns, and then the egg perfectly placed here in the center of the fight. You can't get away from this one, Leo style. MJZ going to get stunned as well, but in comes Ricky. He might be able to turn this around for them. Gunner takes an arrow asleep. Once again, the Force Staff. Can Gunner get out? He will not. A beautiful tombstone once again on the high ground. You cannot fight around these. MJZ's Undying doing some serious work. A blink bro strike. It finds Brax. He's trying to get away, forced to use the Yules, but MNZ closes the gap. Ends up being a 4-for-1.
Yeah, and God, Sammy Boy dying before he has reincarnate off a cooldown there. Only just. If he had it, might have been a different fight. The supports on the backline are doing an amazing job. You know, Ocean always getting these eggs off. Husky, beautiful sleep onto the Ricky, but it's not enough. Sammy Boy just getting himself caught out. I think he needs to be able to find some farm to tank up. Right now, he can't fight into the heroes on Thunder Predator. They're just going to get more and more of a lead.
He's going the Shard, it seems, pretty much right away. Which I don't really blame him because he needs the 0 reincarnation mana cost. And then this game, spawning those skeletons might be pretty helpful in these fights, but we'll see. It just feels like they're not that useful against Leshrac, though. That is the big problem.
Yeah. In that last, he had mana before he went down.
Yeah.
This next time, you know, Ricky, he picked up this Diffusal Blade, not necessarily for the Dispel, but so he has got Manta style to burns down Sammy Boy's mana.
Yeah, it's also just a lot of damage and a lot of scouting as well that can come in from this illusion. All right, neutral items. Where are we at? We got Bullwhip on the Undying. Ricky's holding on to the Dragon Scale. Oh, okay. Mirana's got a Philo Stone. For the Radiant, no one really cares about Grove Bow. That makes sense. That's a pretty rough item for them this game.
Vanished, but not gone.
Grove Bow is pretty good. Who do you think carries that one? Just to the Mirana?
No, it's on 4 Zoomers, so like no one really wants to take it this game. You know, Void Spirit would be the maybe one option, but he's got a Nether Shawl. Like I said, he's going for the Witchblade, which is a new item that was introduced. Your attack poisons a target for 3 seconds, slowing them 25%, and deals 1 times your intelligence as damage every second for 3 seconds. So it is a pretty big nuke, but it is not something that you typically see on the Void Spirit. Like Yule Scepter and Aghanim Scepter are usually like the go-tos. Oh, they managed to find him in the mid lane. He just happens to walk under a sentry. The Force Staff out the arena. Can they turn this around? The Sand King, not a great start for him. If he can get brought down by the Earth Splitter, but Gunner dies in the process. Leo Styles BKB. He's just going to run down these heroes. Ocean, he needs to get an egg off, and he does just that. They're going to try and gap close there, but you've gone in a little bit too far. The Yules, it's going to stun the Ricky. MJZ on the backside trying to keep himself alive, but Husky gap closes him, just bursts down the boy. You lose the first health on this Wraith King, but they might be able to chase down Ricky here. No Manta. Samuel Force Staff forward, catches him. The big crit. A Yule's able to give him some space, and Ricky will survive. The Manta style able to get him out. A big team fight there. Zoomer's coming out barely ahead.
Yeah, Ricky actually managed to dodge that slow from the Wraith King going down because he was in Tricks the Trade at the same time. needed Manta style in order to get away towards the end of that one. By all rights, he should be dead for how hard he committed forward. But four Zoomers win that one despite a very hard overextension there by Thunder Predator and losing Sand King. It was a nice try getting the Void Spirit out of there on Phoenix, just diving forward and hitting him with that Force Staff, but ultimately wasn't enough. Still, given the fact that so many things went wrong for four Zoomers in that team fight, Thunder Predator struggled. I think that gives you a little bit of a sign that this game is going to start to turn around here.
It could indeed. I mean, they have a ward on the high ground here, so they will watch this siege. The sentry does scout this, so they know there is a ward here. Slayton's going to take it immediately. So they have to know Roshan is the objective. The problem is you have no egg. You know, I think the only way you can take this fight is with that Phoenix ultimate, and it looks like Zoomers are feeling the same thing. They're going to go ahead and just settle for the 25-minute bounty runes instead.
I mean, there's three. Oh, you can't get there in time, you guys. You don't want this one. There's like three very important things that you need for this fight: is the reincarnate, Elder Titan, who does have the stomp and the astral spirit, and of course the egg that you were talking about. But only having one of those three tools, so not a place they wanted to fight. I think if Sammy Boy was level 18 before that last team fight and he had reincarnation off a cooldown, they'd be able to take it. But four Zoomers knowing. Thunder Predator knowing four Zoomers aren't able to fight.
Gunner's been found on the Void Spirit. The pulses, it's enough damage. The arrow to follow. They got him. He pings out. He's like, hey, they have a ward here, by the way, guys.
Team? Where were you?
Ricky's walking onto the high ground here. They do have ward sentry, so they know. Husky's just going to kind of run away, go for the TP, it seems. Does he have the damage? Oh, 50 HP. MNZ almost bursts him down.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything he could to dish the damage as quickly as possible there. Pop the Manta style between auto attack, used the trick of the trade that went right back into clicking him down. But instant TP there by Husky was exactly what he needed to do. You guys going to need a little bit of armor to deal with Ricky going forward here, or that Force Staff finish, but still playing position 5. He is very poor, only sitting at 3.3k net worth. Heroes are back up now, but Sammy Boy, he still wants to work on this level 18. I mean, being able to come back up every 40 seconds is crucial.
Brax's bottom lane did they see him? Oh god, they saw him. Brax, run, brother. He goes ahead, gets the blink off. He's going to get the TP as well. Oh, I don't know how they saw him. They saw him for a moment, and they immediately ping him. But almost a stealthy play there from the Mars.
Yeah, that was definitely an arrow giving him vision as he's TPing. It gives you a small amount in AoE.
MNZ is going to walk into the high ground. Sammy Boy, he's farming a lot of creeps here. But MNZ is a big problem for him. Sunray comes out pretty much immediately, giving him a lot of healing, but they need to disengage. The stomp, it's available. MNZ doesn't really take Ancients very quickly.
No, everybody knows.
Well, I take it back. Backstabs a lot of damage. He gets them all. And an Elven Tunic, okay. The thing is the attack speed isn't that great. It doesn't give you any agility. But the attack speed, the evasion, and then I guess the bonus movement speed is probably good enough.
Yeah, you want to be able to get around the map very quickly on Ricky. Definitely prefer
Arena comes out on the high ground. They're going to just pin MJZ against the wall. He doesn't get the tombstone off this time. Earth Splitter dodged out by Ricky at the backside of the fight. Leo style chasing after Elder Titan. He gets forced to the high ground. The BKB comes out. Sammy Boy just trying to do what he can. There's the egg. It's not a good one as there's 3 heroes already there, and Gunner is nowhere to be seen. Sammy Boy try to turn this around here in the middle of this fight. Still has plenty of mana to work with. They pull back the Ricky. They get the Aegis. The buyback from Ocean. They need to be able to get this Ricky before he can do anything, but in comes the epicenter. It's massive, catching the first light of the Wraith King, and Elder Titan trying to hobble away. Able to survive, but for a moment, Sacred goes down to MNZ. He's in the base. He's got no one to blink to. He might go down. Sammy Boy, he's going to go drop a nice cloud there. Mantisile comes out. Tricks the trade to the low ground, but a remnant, not going to happen. He goes back in the base. Are you kidding me? MNZ, he almost styles on them, but he dies in the end. A very costly play there from the Thunder Predator.
That was very rough there. They tried to do a cheeky play where they forced Sammy Boy up to the high ground there, but he ended up just flying to the side. Just about style on him because of that almost misplay by the Phoenix. That's why he didn't force staff himself out of that the smoke there. He's trying to pull Sammy Boy up. That was a beautiful team fight there. The four Zoomers continuing to hold, and again, the later this one goes, the better off they are. You see them turn one game around. Now that Sammy Boy's hit his level 19, once he has the reincarnate off a cooldown again, this 40-second downtime on the ability is going to do wonders because they're trying to come in and out of these fights.
And he picked up the shard, by the way. So he just grabbed that. So the shard is completed. He also grabs a Cloak of Flames and an Assault Cuirass. So he now has a ton of armor.
He's also an Orb of Destruction in the stash if he so chooses to grab it.
I mean, I think you keep the Cloak of Flames with the Radiance, right? It's 105 damage per second around your hero, at least in the 400 AoE, and then you have that armor and magic resist, which pairs up really well against Thunder Predator's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's a hero that needs to stay on top of you. Same with Sam King. Same with Leshrac, actually. And if you have the extra magic, you're able to stay alive that much longer.
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow. They see it for a moment. They hold the high ground. Sacred gets a nice blink stun onto the Phoenix. Can he get away the Force Staff? He still gets hit by the arrow, but the arena, it's zoning them pretty well. Ocean, he needs to get an egg, but it's not going to happen. The cloud is there. They will go ahead, take down. Ooh, Wraith King died? Where's his reincarnation?
1 second off a cooldown.
You're kidding me. Brax now in some serious trouble. They catch Gunner. This is a disaster for four Zoomers. They lose 4, and they even buy back the Elder Titan.
Oh my god, if he popped the wand, he might have lived. That was so incredibly close on Sammy Boy. Fight could look completely different if he gets back up there.
Oh my gosh. He gets the Force Staff off on Ocean, but just Force Staffs right into the Marana arrow. And he was just controlled for the entire fight. The Mars Arena holding them in place, but the egg could have potentially swung it around. Thunder Predator now 10,000 gold ahead and almost the same amount of experience. This game just blew wide open for them as the mid lane tower probably going to fall here.
And you're able to rip through this so quickly here on Leshrac. Another 5 seconds, you'll have Diabolic Edict. This tower and racks will melt, and the game has suddenly gotten so much harder for Zoomers. They won't be able to close it out here, but that was a lot of damage that was just done. And we'll have to pull open these graphs here after this Rax goes down. They actually disengage before the melee Rax goes down.
They do not want to toss this game. I mean, last game we saw how close it was for them, you know, almost being able to finish it off, but one bad fight, and suddenly they pull all the momentum back for Zoomers. It looks like Wraith King will pick up that 30 movement speed, which makes the most sense since your skeletons just get blown apart in this game. Sand King, Marana, Leshrac, there's really no need to hold them. But yeah, to me, I'm mostly concerned with Gunner this game. I mean, this Witchblade Blade Mail build has not really paid off at all.
No, he needs to be able to actually take the fight inside them and survive, and for that he needs a BKB, and that's what he's going right now, but it might be too late. Sammy Boy, he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders this game.
And the Wraith King scales incredibly well. There's going to be an Enchanted Quiver. Maybe you put that on Gunner, because it does stack with his, burst build from this Witchblade and stuff, but oh man, it is really rough. They smoke up again here on Thunder Predator. They're going to move their way to the top lane. Brax already TPing out, though. This guy's too smart.
Dire are scanning.
Brax, this is boomer among Zoomers.
Ooh, they're looking. I think, yeah, they do see MNZ here. The Ward Sentry revealing him. They will all see them on the backside. They're going to initiate onto Sammy Boy's Wraith King. This is not really an easy hero for them to bring down anymore. He is pretty tanky. They drop a tombstone. You just need to disengage at this point, right? Stomp comes out. It catches too. Wait a minute. They caught Leo Sal, but he gets the BKB. Can they turn this around? Sand King falling very low. It'd be a great kill. In goes Gunner. Sammy Boy, his first life. The skeletons don't do anything. Oh, the backside. They can potentially find Ricky here, but they're just going to chain stun Gunner over and over, and he is just out once again. The egg on the backside doesn't really catch much of anyone. They're trying to do what they can. They pin the Ricky into the wall. Do they have the finish stamped? Sacred, a huge burrow strike in epicenter, doing some serious work. Gunner buys back into the game, but they lose the Wraith King once again. Can he survive? Gunner falling so low. He just gets soul ripped. They die back on the Void Spirit.
Sammy Boy, he does have buyback available, and he might have to right now. He can defend with Brax and with Ocean. He needs to do so now, though. You don't want to give up this melee Rax. They might just surrender it. I mean, they'll go bottom after this.
Yeah, I think you definitely could if you wanted, but A little bit afraid. I mean, this game is looking so great for Thunder Predator. Leo style about to have a Shiva's guard. Ricky, yes, he does finally go down, but I mean, he's 10-4. He's got a ton of great items to work with, and I mean, and Gunner just has no game on this Void Spirit at all.
Abomination.
No, I mean, Leshrac keeps on getting on top of him and blowing him up, and if it's not Leshrac, then it's Ricky. Gunner, you mentioned it again and again. This Witchblade just isn't doing the work. The Blade Mail, it's not really having an effect either. I mean, sure, you can return damage, but you're dropping immediately. You need to have a bigger impact on this in your position too. Look what Leo Style is accomplishing. He's 10-2-12.
I mean, he's top net worth. He's 21,000 net worth on this Leshrac. He's about to have a Shiva's guard. He's level 24. I mean, yeah, exactly. This is the style of mid laner that we typically see out of Gunner, but this different build, it just doesn't seem to be paying off.
Leo Style, he's split up in the rest of his team, group up with them in just a moment here. He doesn't have money for buyback himself. I mean, this game could turn around in an instant if 4 Zoomers took a favorable fight, but right now, you're essentially down a hero.
They're just up on the high ground holding the triangle, man. They're positioned perfectly on Thunder Predator to prevent them from smoking over. The Roshan, it's up. And now you have no way of getting over there is the problem. The ward in the mid lane, they're just throwing bodies here. Slayton protected by the Moonlight Shadow. And it's going to die. It's dead before you even have a chance. Aegis and Cheese once again going the way of Thunder Predator. I mean, they're controlling everything. And now you just have to run on 4 Zoomers. You have no potential game plan here.
Well, they put the cheese onto the Leshrac. He's got his backpack right now. Again, if you get the jump on him somehow, you could blow him up, but you'd need a hell of a jump for that. He's got what? 36 armor, 2600 HP, holding onto an essence ring. I mean, can you blow him up before he pops his BKB? I'm not sure you can.
Ooh, Sammy boy is gonna TP out. He's fine.
Game getting harder and harder, and for a moment there, it looked like it was going to curve back towards the favor of 4 Zoomers, but just a bad fight at the worst possible time. I get another one 1 second before Reincarnate came off a cooldown. Sammy Boy just committing, so sure that he would have it. They didn't end up popping his stick there. Might have made the difference.
So Octarine, the next item here for Leshrac, it no longer gives you the spell lifesteal, that's on Bloodstone, but you get the cast range on it now, which is arguably incredibly strong. So 250 of bonus cast range plus the 25% cooldown reduction, and that is about to be done on Leshrac. I mean, that's going to be his next item, and he's only a couple hundred gold away. Yeah. He's also level 25, grabs those Edict explosions as opposed to the Lightning Storm damage, which we've seen in the past.
I mean, he's ready to take base with this. You go the Lightning Storm damage, I think if you get the Aghanim Scepter, you'll be able to do tons with that one. But no, we talked about this during the drafting phase. It's going to be Leo style ripping apart these buildings. He's got to get the Diabolic Edict explosions.
And Ninja Gear for the Ricky, dude. He's so happy about that. 30 movement speed and 20 agility to help him get around the map.
So a little bit of agility goes a long way on this hero just because of his awful stat growth rate.
Yeah, and obviously Cloak and Dagger is 2.2 times your agility per auto attack, so ends up being a lot of damage for this hero. Trickster Cloak for the Leshrac. Yo, that is very good.
Okay.
I don't know how you die on this hero anymore.
It doesn't get much better than this. They're finding so many tools they need, and 4 Zoomers, they're struggling to get into the jungle. They don't have any neutral items yet at tier 4. So another advantage for Thunder Predator if they didn't have enough already. I mean, win probability says 96% here for the Dire. Pause comes out. If nothing else, your win condition could be something that Thunder Predator disconnecting.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's just getting more and more difficult for 4 Zoomers, and I don't know what your game plan is here. The Wraith King just definitely not strong enough. You don't have enough damage coming out of this Void Spirit build, and your offlane Mars, I mean, he's mostly just control, right? Like, he doesn't do the damage. You now have a Mirana who has passed your mid and offlaner in net worth. Like, she has Guardian Grease Force Staff. Like, this is more useful than most of the heroes on 4 Zoomers now.
Yeah, it just won't have the damage anymore. And Sammy Boy has so much work he needs to do. And yes, the Assault Cuirass, Desolator, Radiance, Cloak of Flames, it's excellent. But it's just you. And Well, when you got to worry about burrow strikes, arrows, you have to worry about split earth, getting kited around inside of smoke. You need other people to do some work, share some of this burden.
Look at this. Leshrac Trickster Cloak now has 40% magic resist and 20% evasion. Bottom lane, they managed to get Ricky's first life. Okay. Well, Age is down. Still has the BKB, however. Well, it was committed for that. Just nothing.
Captain Brax jumping forward, managing to connect a spear.
All right. Very nice. Leveler, that's not that good. I don't think they really care too much about that one. Ricky doesn't use attack speed that much. So they might backpack it for high ground push, really, but he's on his way to a nullifier, which is sick. No force staves, no ghost scepters. You ain't getting away.
That's an item you might hold. Illusionist cape found by the Ricky. In fact, he does.
Yeah, more strength is definitely worth it as well, and you can definitely play around with the illusion.
One more unit to burn people's mana. It would have been nice to have an illusionist cape earlier in the game before Wraith King got his shard, but you know, beating some of them out potentially. I'm sure someone will be ping out the fact that he's got an illusionist cape.
Well, you are now at a very hard situation here if you're 4 Zoomers. You just cannot leave your base. The side of Thunder Predator have a ton of catch. You're almost to an Aghanim Scepter on the Sand King, which I mean it didn't really change at all this patch. It just gives you massively increased Burrow Strike cast range and applies Caustic Finale to all heroes hit during it. So Sacred, he's had incredible Blink Burrow Strikes all game, but now you have 1,400 range to work with instead. Smoke up in the base here. I mean, they have vision of anyone is the question. Not really. They're just going to try and wrap around into the jungle maybe. You have this new gem on Brax, but they're not defending their lane, so they're going to know on Thunder Predator, and you're walking up potentially into a really bad situation here. They smoke mid lane instead, and they're going to wrap around into the high ground. I mean, this is the thing. Anytime you feel worried on Thunder Predator, you just hold the triangle's high ground, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they get the outpost. Okay, that was pretty sick. The 40 minutes, they grab the outpost for the experience. Ocean's going to be able to get the bounties as well, but now you're about to get ran into. There goes Brax. Burrow Strike into Arrow. He's immediately taken down, and Gunner, he's caught by the nullifier of MNZ, just gets evaporated. He has no buyback into the game. Sammy Boy, he's going to go down as 2, his first life, backside of the fight. Who is going down here? It's Husky. Oh my gosh, they've lost pretty much every single hero. They buy back into the fight here on Brax. Sammy Boy trying to get away with the BKBs, come out an egg on the backside of the fight, but they just do not care. They're going to be able to take down Mars once again. It's a dieback, and Ocean, the Blink epicenter. Goodbye. All 5 heroes of 4 Zoomers crumble under Thunder Predator's damage, and they take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1.
And an amazing start. It's an amazing second game here in this best of 5. 4 Zoomers, they're stuck in their base. They're desperate. They wanted to both get that shrine at 40 minutes and farm up those tier 4 neutral items because they didn't have any of them. But, Thunder Predator, I guess they caught out what they were doing the moment they jumped on that shrine and punished them for it. Brax almost managed to get the disengage. He bought back in the game to get that arena off and throw the spirit out into the enemy heroes there on Thunder Predator. But Ricky actually popped the illusionist cape, and the spear connected with that instead.
Oh no, worst case scenario.
Very clean dodge there by MNZ, but Thunder Predator tying this one up. We're Zoomers. They're definitely on the back foot with their lineup, but they didn't bring that game back, unfortunately.
Yeah, Gunner maybe getting a little bit too experimental since they're up game 1. Maybe he's like, I'm going to try this new build on the Void Spirit, but it just did not pay off. I mean, finished the game at 10,000 net worth. On the mid lane Void Spirit, 40 minutes into the game, only having 350 GPM. Like, that is just not a Gunner performance by any means. And I mean, you can see the damage numbers here coming out from Thunder Predator, like Leshrac, 32,000 damage. That's just what this hero does. It is an incredible performance from Leo Style in the mid lane, and MNZ, of course, an incredible performance from him from the safe lane.
Yeah, that's sums it up pretty well for this game. I mean, Leo Style, incredible performance, and Gunner maybe getting a little bit experimental in this best of 5, given the fact they were up a game.
Yeah,
I'm not sure they're going to make that mistake again, though, Ricky.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll be back with game number 3 here. This is a best of 5. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll just be back after a short break.